The pressure keeps mounting as Kama keeps counting scores, and now Nemesis is fighting wars with Nigeria, or perhaps is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's cause. And thus, we have two stories for you. One is a breaking news. Yes, the first one is a breaking news story for you, and this first story will interest you, mostly those watching me from America and Europe, and perhaps everybody watching me all around the world. And the story is that America and Donald Trump has finally banned Nigeria from traveling to America. They have banned all visas. Nigerians can no longer get visas to America again. You heard me right. This is no mincing words. America, Donald Trump, has banned Nigeria from accessing visas to America. Totally shut down. This is the news coming out live from this channel. So yes, you heard it clear, just the way I said it. And I'll be giving you full details on that news. Let me just give you the headline of the second story. The second story is that a UK-based lawyer has scrutinized, fact-checked, vetted Omotosho's judgment, and what he revealed was very shocking. What that lawyer revealed in that whole C2C judgment will shock everyone today, and I will also reveal that to you. So let us go back to the first story on Donald Trump and America banning Nigeria from accessing visas to the country totally. Yes, the story came out without notice. Without notice. Nobody saw that coming. Remember very well that Nigeria as a country of particular concern, yes. And that was brought up because of the injustice happening in Nigeria over the years, over the months. The Christian killings, the persecution of Ndi Igbo, and the sentencing also of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the general perception of Nigeria as a hotbed for terrorism to thrive in Africa. And the compromise between Nigerian government and the terrorists and the people that are sponsoring terrorism also. All these things warranted Nigeria to be put as a country of particular concern. And since then, Nigeria has even gone ahead to sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instead of releasing him. And they forgot. And they forgot that the Igbos in America are very, very strong. They are very strong in America. That a state like North Carolina even gave Igbo Day. Shows you how strong Ndi Igbo is. The influence of Igbo in American society cannot be overemphasized. And Nigeria forgot that the Igbos are an asset to the country. And they keep treating Igbo as third-class citizens. Apart from the insecurity aspect, if Nigeria had sense, you should have gone ahead to release Nnamdi Kanu that particular period this whole thing was, leaked to them. But no. What did they do? They went ahead and still sentenced and convicted him, laughing at American face, calling their bluff. That would have been a way to show inclusivity in the government. First of all, apart from the insecurity. Because the insecurity played also a major role. The terrorism attacks, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, just name it, the kidnapping, the terrorism. America had to release a statement to this effect, and I will read that statement to you. There is no joking here. America is seriously fighting, blocking, protecting their own integrity. And Nigeria is a threat to America. Don't mince words. Remember the underwear bomber, Abdul Muttalab. That boy, was it 17 or 19 years old boy back then? That, entered into a plane, the underwear bomber, yes, the underwear bomber, and almost blew up the whole plane. Only for that boy to be arrested, and now he's facing life imprisonment. That boy is from northern Nigeria, a Fulani boy that was sent, that became radicalized and was sent to bomb America. So America is, of course, under threat, mostly from Nigerian radicals. What stops these bodies from harvesting Nigerian, children and, radicalizing them and sending them to go and bomb America? What stops them from doing that? Because even Osama bin Laden radicalized Afghanistan youths to do it. You can say Nigeria is a small country. It's not true. The kind of money, influence these terrorists have, cannot be overemphasized. So America is only protecting themselves. Let me read this for you. This statement reads, strengthening national security through common sense restrictions based on data. Today, President Donald Trump signed a proclamation expanding and strengthening entry restrictions on nationals from countries with demonstrated, persistent, and severe deficiencies in screening, vetting, and information sharing to protect the nation from national security and public safety threats. This proclamation continues the full restrictions and entry limitations of nationals from the original 12 high-risk countries established under Proclamation 10949. The countries Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen. It adds partial restrictions and entry limitations on 15 additional countries: Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Dominica, Gabon and Gambia, Malawi, Mauritania, Nigeria, Senegal, Tanzania, Tonga, Zambia and Zimbabwe. The proclamation includes exceptions for lawful permanent residents, existing visa holders, certain visa categories like athletics and diplomats, and individuals whose entry serves U.S. national interests. This is exactly the full list, and Nigeria is there. This is, of course, a win for lovers of freedom around the world, because now it has been long overdue. And I want America to start including, indicting officials in Nigeria who also sponsor terrorism. I can't wait for that, because America is about to do that, including people that persecute Nigerians, persecute Ndigbo, like the judges, like the officers, like public officials who have used their offices to promote terrorism or to promote hatred. These people should be brought to book also. We can't wait for that. It's long overdue. This is long overdue. Nigeria is supposed to be a country of particular concern 10 years ago. I know this definitely will affect many people trying to travel outside the country. Definitely, I understand. But there is still a window for those genuine people who think they want to travel. There is a genuine window because of those Igbos who definitely are tired of Nigeria and want to travel out of the country. I know Donald Trump has a special program for Ndigbo willing to travel. So this does not affect Ndigbo. That is the truth. It doesn't affect us, because many people have people there already who are ready to shorty for them. And that partial restriction is because of Ndigbo that America left it open so that the Igbos that want to come out, we can always come out. But for other Nigerians, there is no hope for them. Once you don't bear an Igbo name, once you don't have a relation abroad, or somebody to bring you down there, America will not give visa to them. So this is, of course, to protect their own integrity. And this is a step in the right direction to let Nigeria know that they cannot keep stepping on Igbo head and getting away with it. That sentencing Nnamdi Kanu put them in this situation they are in. Put them where they are today. So this is exactly what has happened about this whole news. And I hope for those of you who watch me from America, please, wherever you are, make sure that you coordinate yourselves, and please avoid traveling to Nigeria this period so that you don't get your visas revoked, perhaps. And also, don't be afraid. For those of you who have families abroad, Ndigbo that still want to travel, there is still a window for you to travel, because Nigeria's own is a partial restriction that you can only travel if there is a concrete reason, like maybe you have family there, which of course as Ndigbo we always have. That is where we are favored in all this. Also about a UK lawyer that found discrepancies in Omotoso's judgment. Let me read this for you. A UK-based human rights lawyer, Jude Njoku, has accused Justice Omotoso of the Federal High Court of grossly mishandling the trial of IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, describing the proceedings as rife with legal errors and constitutional violations. In a statement, he outlined a series of legal missiles aimed at challenging Kanu's conviction, claiming that the trial was conducted under repealed laws without jurisdiction and a violation of both domestic and international law. The lawyer further claimed that Justice Omotoso initially acknowledged that conviction under a repealed law was illegal, yet proceeded to convict Kanu. Under the doctrine of judicial estoppel, a court cannot accept a legal position and later act against it. He described the proceedings as a constitutional ambush and argued that the conviction is legally dishonest. Are we still in this stage? We all know. Everybody in the world knows, Omotosho knows what he did. Because when you have already collected money for something, when you have already committed yourself to something, you must find a way to do it. You must find a way to nail that person. It's just a way. You can imagine how that man will just be there watching this man spend the rest of his life in prison, knowing well that the judgment was based on influence, corruption. Some people will not die well, oh. Some people will not die well in this life. Just go and mark it. For you to do somebody something and sleep well at night, you cannot. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Omotosho knows what he did. He knows that this is not a real case. But of course, you know, he has promised people, I will do this, I will do this for you. The same way they carry governorship election and give somebody else that they not even contest. And they sleep all at night. All they know is that their account is climbing. Their account is piling up. These people have mind. These people have mind, though. These people have mind, though. But it's well. Thank you, Barrister Jude Njoku, for lending your voice to this. And definitely the appeal is coming up. That appeal is going to be a blockbuster. It's going to be a blockbuster. Watch out for Nnamdi Kanu's appeal. It's going to be a blockbuster.
Wonder shall never end. This clip you just finished to watch speaks a lot of volume. Don't forget, recently, the American government have placed a visa ban on Nigerians. I repeat, the American government have placed a visa ban on Nigerians. But do you know the most funniest part of it is all Igbos are exempted from that list. As long as you're an Igbo man, you want to travel to the United States of America, my brother, pick up your passport, hit the embassy, collect your visa, and flew to there. You are exempted from that visa ban. That is a very, very good news. It will shock you to know that, my brother, wonder shall never end. You see, what is happening today is not a kind of, it's not a coincidence. This is something that have been programmed, right? Long time immemorial that this thing must happen on this day. And everything is taking shape one after the other. Don't forget that even before this is beginning to happen, the great seer, which is the great prophet of our time, the great prophet that ever lived, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he saw everything. He cried. They call him all manner of names, to the extent of even saying that he's a warmonger. That Nnamdi Kanu, he never see war, that he is looking for war. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been on so many radio stations, TV stations. When, I think one of them, if I could remember, Dele Momodu, when he asked him, what? No, not Dele Momodu. The girl that is working in a channel television, Safia Tabi, that Muslim woman. He asked him, you want to go to war? Nnamdi Kanu tell him blatantly, no, I am not going to war. That the only war that he have is his radio Biafra and his mouth. With facts and figures, I will cripple Nigeria. But war, no, we are not going to war. Upon all these clarifications, some people still come out to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is looking for war. And most people who carry this on their head, now they see this his own people, Ndi Igbo, who like to betray their own, who like to selfishly betray their own. But it did not come to you as a shock. Even according to the Bible, when Jesus Christ came, his own kinsmen rejected him. And so, oh, that is the kind of the system we have found ourselves. Well, my happiness is that most of the countries that are dealing with Nigerians have begun to understand that Nigeria is a death trap to everybody who want to live. If you want to succeed in life, avoid Nigeria. In fact, if you want to succeed in life, remove that name Nigeria from your name. Otherwise, you will still remain stagnant, because a country that remains stagnant always make the citizens also remain stagnant. The stagnant of Nigeria and the Nigerians have made the people of Nigeria, the population, into believing that when an honorable House of Rep member open a borehole in your community, in his own constituent, which he have already collected the money, but because of that trampling, they trample them with that country called Nigeria. They will celebrate it. Now, even they will even give that person a chieftaincy title. On a work he didn't do with his money. On a work that worth $1 million naira, but he tell you that work worth 100 billion naira. In a country that uses 140 million naira for one solar light, one solar, just one pole. That pole they will mount with the solar is worth for something million naira. So even at that, the citizen also will celebrate the criminals who is busy taking their money. You can see that anything that got to do with Nigeria is backwardness. And when you acknowledge that you are from that backwardness, my brother, it will be very difficult for you to move forward. Though. As a Biafran, I'm telling this message is just specifically to the Biafrans. I don't care about other regions or other tribes, but if you are a Biafran, my brother, acknowledge and always present yourself as a real Biafran from the United States of Biafra, USB. In that way, you can move forward. But you see that zoo, no problem. They go do all right. They must do all right. Anyway, let us take one or few comments, please. We round up because no gather. Onyara si because mere ya ngwa na ije die n'okwu tinyekwe egwu ọka ya ịgba na afa ama okwe. If you know, you know. Unless Onyagala nwanne ya say, unlike Nigeria, America understand the Igbos better. Enyi na ya nwa say, my president sir, what can he take you as a world president to arm Biafrans or grant Biafrans our required freedom from Nigeria? Chinedumuso Igbos to the world. If David said that one consigned them. Mr. Ferguson Park said, Mr. President Donald J. Trump, you remain the chosen one. May God bless and protect you and your entire generations. Chukwuka Nwebe, a welcome development to those who cares to listen. Ozioman Weke said, yes, Igbos are Biafrans. Amarati Chukwu said, it is good to always stand on the right path. Since I grew up as a child, I have been hearing AVID, American Veterans of Igbo Descent. I never hear YD, American Veterans of Yoruba Descent, or FD, American Veterans of Fulani Descent. Do you know that in America there is an Igbo community? Do you know that? They call it not Igbo village. If you go there, they make everything real with mud house. Beautify it that people throw that place. If you know that kind of money, that thing is generating to Nigeria. I mean to American government, my brother. You will check it. You will know that Igbos are a blessing to any country they enter. Igbos are blessings to any country they decide to enter, or they enter, or they are living. America have already testified to that. That was why Igbos are exempted. No Igbo name. Once you are an Igbo name with Igbo passport, just go and watch now. You will see a lot of your bastard and baboons now will be answering Igbo names now. They will change their name now to Igbo names to go and make passport so that they can travel as a Biafran. If they read there now, they will commit sins and then will be seen them as Biafran. But anyway, we are ahead of them. Whatever plan they are making, God is, God will pass them. So, my wonderful people, I beg you, we'll take a break on again when I come back. Please follow us on all our social media handles. Like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. If you are watching me from YouTube, please kindly subscribe to my channel because more of these videos will be dropping anytime soon. Kachineke meziokwu.